Hey, what's up guys, Marco here, welcome back to another video. Let me show you how to play this beautiful melancholic melody. Also guys, in this video I want to show you how I like to pluck the strings so that I can get this nice and mellow tone. Yes, indeed guys, we are 100% in control, we are the players, right? And so we can decide to make our guitar sound quiet and mellow, but also bright and loud. So in this video I want to show you how to play this melody, but also how to approach the plucking so that we can get the right tone. Now, first things first, we are in the key of D minor. And we're gonna be playing mainly, three chords: a D minor chord, a G minor chord, and an A major chord. However, you will see that the B section is a little bit busy. We're gonna have a little bit more chords: a G minor, C, F major, B flat major, E minor 7 flat 5, and A major. And we have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Now the first section. So I have a D minor chord, but I want to start with the note D and E. So just two single notes on fret 3 and the E string open, and then I'm gonna play the D minor chord. I'm gonna strum the chord lightly with the thumb. So just put down a D minor chord and strum from the D string all the way up to the E string. And then we have two more notes, the E string open and the second string, fret number 3. Now we change chord and we play the A major chord. I have three notes. The bass is the A string and the E string open. Then the second string on the fret number 3 and second. And then we go back to the D minor chord. We played without the bass, just the D minor shape, and we play the second string, the third, first string open, and then we strum the D minor chord. So even though we're playing like two chords, there is a lot going on already. Now, two things about how we can make this sound nice and mellow. First thing, I like to strum with the fleshy side of the thumb, and the strum is not too rhythmic, too fast. Instead, you want to slow down. The second thing, really important, sometimes play the bass before the melody. So you can either play it simultaneously, or you could play the bass before. So in this case, I'm playing the A string and then the E string. Now, you're supposed to play it together, but we can play the bass before so that we can really emphasize the melody. And every time you see me doing this, I'm gonna rest the thumb on the string below. So if I do it on the A string, I'm gonna rest the thumb on the D string. Now let's keep going with the lesson. We have the next section. It's pretty nice to play. Again, we're gonna keep it quite simple. We have a melody which is two notes on the fret number 1 and 3. And then we have the D minor again. The melody is on the fret number 5 with the bass note on the D string. Again, we can play the bass before, and then we have the F and the D on the fret number 3. Now we're gonna move this position all the way up to the fret number 6. So you wanna have the index from fret number 1 to the fret number 6, and you're gonna play 6, 8, and 7. We're also gonna play the D string open, and then a melody. So this is a G minor chord with the D on the bass. You're gonna strum this chord lightly with the thumb, and then we have the fret number 5 and the second string, fret number 8. We finish with the A major chord, which we can strum lightly. Again, guys, remember that the strum is always not the usual rhythmic strum. You want to do it slowly. Now, next section, a little bit more dramatic. So the D minor is the same, but this time we're gonna have the G minor chord, and we're gonna play the G string open, which is gonna be our bass, so we're gonna pluck it with the thumb, and the melody is all the way up to the fret number 10. Again, I like to anticipate the bass big time here because it's a nice and mellow section. So it's the fret number 10, 8, and 6, and back to the D minor on fret number 5, 1, 3, and 2. So I'm literally making a D minor chord here. Now the last two chords, we kind of switch it up a little bit. So I have a B flat major, a C major, and a D minor. So the melody starts with the note D on the fret number 3 and the E, first string open, and then we have the B flat major. Now this one can be quite challenging. We gotta use a bar chord, right? We have a bar chord on the fret number 1, and we're gonna pluck simultaneously the A and the E string. Then we have the E string open, so we're gonna, get rid of this bar, and then the second string, fret number 3. Now if you struggle with that, if you're okay with it, just practice the bar chord. But if you struggle with the bar chord, just do the simplified version, which is this one. So we're gonna borrow the B flat here on the third string, fret number 3. It's obviously easier, but you don't really get this nice bass on the B flat. So the melody is always the same: 1, 0, and 3. C major is the easiest chord, just the root note on the fret number 3 on the A string, and then the E string open, second string, fret number 3, and 1. And we finish with the D minor chord. You want to put down the whole thing, and then you pluck the second, the third, the first string open, and then one strum is gonna, play the D minor chord. Now let me play section 1 slowly so that you can, have the whole thing. Now this second section is my favorite. We have way more chords, the left hand is way busier, but I love it. And we also want to follow the same structure, so it shouldn't really be difficult to kind of, memorize it. Let's just give it a try. I'm gonna play it and then I'll tell you more about it. Now we're going to open up with the G minor chord. we have two notes before this chord. So the fret number 3 and 5, and then we're gonna play the fret number 6. Now the bass, we're gonna take it from the 3rd string. So it's kind of, you know, nice to play with the thumb on the G string and then the melody on the fret number 6. You can either pluck it simultaneously or, you know, before the melody. Then we have the fret number 5 and 3. Now we're gonna use the same structure, which means that we're gonna do the same thing with the other chords, rhythmically and melodically. So the C major, we're gonna have the bass on the C and then the melody on the 1st string open, the fret number 1 and the fret number 3. For the F major chord, we're gonna have the bass on the fret number 3 and the melody on the fret number 5. 3, 1. And for the B flat major, we're gonna have the bass on the 3rd string, fret number 3, and the melody on the 2nd string, fret number 3. We're gonna pluck simultaneously with the thumb and index. 1st string open and the fret number 1. Now the E minor 7 flat 5, we're gonna play the bass note on the E, fret number 2, and the melody on the G, fret number 3. 1 open, and then the A major starts from the C sharp, the bass is the A string open, together, the fret number 3, and the 1st string open. Then I'm gonna strum the D minor chord, and the D7. So it's 0, 2, 1, and 2. It's a really nice, beautiful chord progression. It's quite smooth. Now the cool thing is that the 2nd section is the same all the way up to the B flat. So you strum the D7 and then the same melody on the fret number 3 and 5, and then back to the G minor chord. C, F, B flat. From here we're gonna play the G minor over D. We already learned this chord. It's like a D minor chord, but you know, with the index on the fret number 6. Strum this, and then we strum it again all the way up to the B string. So first time all the strings, and then just a strum up to the B string, and we finish with the A sus4 and the A major. Just a tiny bar, 2 strings on fret 5, and the G string fret number 7. We pluck with the A string as well. And then we move these 4th down to the major 3rd on the fret number 6, the C sharp. So back to the D minor, we already know the chord. A and the D minor. Nice and conclusive. It's definitely a nice and simple melody, simple strum, simple plucking. We try to keep it simple, but at the same time also a little bit challenging, you know, so that you can learn new things with something practical. Of course, if you never really, you know, focused on the right hand, just make sure that you take a little bit of time to figure out all these different ways of plucking, because, you know, they can really change the way a song or a chord progression sounds. So take it step by step. Enjoy this lesson, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.